following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's edition of Ravens Report, the Ravens are AFC North champions. Lamar Jackson is mic'd up as the Ravens beat the Jets in prime time. Plus, we preview this week's game against the Cleveland Browns with both head coach John Harbaugh and Pro Bowler Marshal Yanda. All of that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
The 15-10-5, touchdown Ravens. They are dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T. Ravens on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Welcome to this week's edition of Ravens Report. From the Under Armour Performance Center, I'm Erin Hawksworth. Last week's victory over the Jets clinched the Ravens' second straight AFC North title. However, the Ravens still have a lot to play for this week in Cleveland. If Baltimore wins, the team would clinch home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But before we preview Sunday's game in Cleveland, let's take a look back at the Ravens' AFC win versus the Jets. Lamar Jackson was mic'd up as the Ravens clinched the AFC North in prime time at M&T Bank Stadium.
Won't be long now.
Tonight, the Ravens try to lock up the AFC North title as they host the New York Jets on Thursday Night Football.
Do what we do. Big boy football, Baltimore football, baby. Lead that.
Let's get it done. Let's get it done. You good? Yes, sir. What a night. Can I t-shirt night? Let's get it.
How hard you on the fight? After 4 short days, how hard are you on the fight? If you want it, go get it. It's right there for it. 60-minute, laser sharp focus, dominate. Play together, man. We them dogs. What would you do? How hard do you play to be a champion? Oh, yeah.
Let's get it.
I love you, baby. Do your thing.
We will see the Ravens offense for the first time tonight, with Lamar Jackson, of course, at quarterback. He'll keep it off the read option, gets around the left edge, 40, 45, far sideline, midfield, and steps out of bounds at the Jets' 45-yard line. Jackson takes the snap, fakes the handoff, runs to the right, tucks inside the 10, and he's hit hard at the 6-yard line.
Yeah, I'm good.
The pickup is enough to give Lamar Jackson the single-season rushing record for a quarterback in NFL history.
Congrats, boy. Love you, dog. I like you.
Jackson out of the gun. Hands up to Ingram, sweeping to the left. He's got an alley. He's got room. He's got a touchdown. Mark Ingram. And the Ravens strike first in Week 15.
Congrats, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
The other thing you can tell with Lamar Jackson is players, until they see him in person, cannot accurately gauge his speed. He is faster in person than they realize watching the game tape. Second down and 8. Lamar Jackson wants to throw, looks right, nothing there. Dips in, runs. He's to the 25, 20, 15, 10, heading to the far side, 5, and he will step out of bounds there. Lamar Jackson. First and goal, Jackson rolls out to the right, pumps once, steps up, slings it, end zone, caught, touchdown, Miles Boykin, and the Ravens strike for a second time in the opening quarter.
Good job, man. Way to throw a dart. We got throw. Big time. How about you?
Hey, you see what I'm talking about getting across, getting in his vision? You just keep working it. Get in his vision as soon as possible.
Hey, let's go. Hey, let's go, y'all.
The goal line, Lamar Jackson throws, end zone, touchdown Ravens. Mark Andrews on the receiving end. Mark Andrews sets the Ravens franchise record for the most touchdown receptions by a tight end with his 8th of the season.
Hey, that's you. Keep that record. Let me go.
And there is the soul of Lamar Jackson. It's a night where everybody's talking about him making the trip to the record book. and he wants his teammate, Mark Andrews, to get the spotlight, and he delivers. Lamar Jackson going to the end zone. Hollywood Brown is there. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Hollywood Brown.
Wow! 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 Time! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Hey, how about Marquise getting his feet
Hell
down?
yeah!
That's big time.
Toe tap!
I caught the end zone in the corner of my eye. I said, oh, hell no! I gotta get that down.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Lamar Jackson on second down, wants to throw, goes to the end zone, looks for Seth Roberts and delivers a dime! Touchdown, Seth Roberts!
Let's go!
Let's win a proper step.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. All day. Y'all keep it going.
Did anybody touch him that last play?
No. We good.
My guy got loose on me late.
Touchdown already.
Way to stay with me, Freaky L. L Freaky!
That boy, freaky keys. Freaky keys. Freaky keys. Freaky keys. That's freaky keys. Freaky. Oh my God. Hey, y'all funny. Hey, y'all. Had a t-shirt game. Had a t-shirt game. You got another banner. You got another banner. We need one more. Two more. Hey, we need two more.
I'm wearing my hat and t-shirt home.
Oh yeah, me too.
I'm asleep in the t-shirt.
Me too.
Not the hat.
Me too.
As the Ravens defeat the New York Jets 42-21, the final score. And with the win, they have captured the AFC North Division crown for a second year in a row.
Congratulations, sir.
Congrats, hey, Coach. Thank you, yeah, Coach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We got to keep working. It's the first one. It's the first thing. You already know. We know we really going for.
Lamar Jackson's 33 touchdown passes rank #1 in the NFL, and Lamar is now tied with former Raven Vinny Testaverde for the most TD passes in franchise history. Still to come on Ravens Report. This week, Marshal Yanda was elected to his 8th Pro Bowl. We preview the road ahead, including Sunday's game against the Browns with Marshall next. Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Erin Hawksworth. The Ravens' rushing attack has gotten a ton of attention this season, but a big part of its success has been the performance of the offensive line. The play up front all starts with Pro Bowl guard Marshal Yanda. Marshall was a key member of the Ravens' 2012 Super Bowl team, and he knows what it takes to make a long run in the postseason. Ahead of this week's game in Cleveland, Marshall sat down with Evan Washburn.
Every single Sunday you fight. Every single play. We fight. Do your job. And let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Marshall, always good to see you. And we're coming off your 8th straight Pro Bowl announcement. I know you guys have much bigger goals, but for you personally, I have to imagine that still is something that you can take pride in.
Yeah, 100%. You know, you start at the bottom of the mountain every single season, and you want to have a good, good, consistent, solid year, and that takes a lot of hard work and a lot of dedication. And no matter if it's your first or your 15th, it doesn't matter. They are special, and it shows the type of team we have, and to win 10 straight games and to be on the run that we're having is it's special, and it's great that everybody's putting in the work.
I have to imagine there's an extra sense of joy for you too when you see a guy like Ronnie Stanley to get his first and start to be recognized now as one of the better left tackles in the league.
Yeah, Ronnie had a great year, and obviously we're not done yet, but up to this point, he's played consistent football, taking that next big step. Ronnie definitely made a big leap this year, and it just wasn't just him, and it wasn't just me. Obviously, it's the entire offense and Lamar and everybody involved. But the kid worked his tail off, and we're all happy for him.
You mentioned Lamar, and I'm sure you've had to find different ways to say some of the same things in terms of praising his ability, his leadership, what he's brought. But what do you find yourself appreciating most when you do experience a Sunday with him or a Wednesday at practice?
Just that he's a humble guy. He's a really hard-working, hyper competitive, but he's a humble guy. You know, he says it before, you know, where he's just one of the guys. I feel that from him. You know, I feel that in the locker room where you know, you have times where guys can be, you know, selfish or, you know, it's all about me and what I'm doing, and he's not like that. You know, it's great to see him humble and happy for guys that, you know, his teammates making plays and scoring. And for him to stay humble, that's also helped him continue to play at a high level and not have, you know, not have those dips. You know, like, cause you know, if you get too high, you know, here comes the you know, the reminder that this is the NFL and it's extremely tough to win every single Sunday.
And over the course of your 13 years, you've experienced different identities that a team will take on. And obviously in Baltimore, early on for you, it was defense. But it feels like the team's taken on that humble attitude, but also the joyful attitude that Lamar has.
100%. You know, I just think that you know, he's changing the game for us, and we're all rallying behind him. You know, everybody in this building is rallying behind him. It makes you want to fight that much harder. And when you got the quote-unquote leaders leading in that way, it lines up everybody else in line on what they need to do and how they need to play. And you know, we're just you know, we're on the rise.
This has been all smiles, a lot of fun, but week 4 against Cleveland was, I have to imagine, a wake-up call for this team. Look, the results say that. As best you can, take us into that locker room after that game and what this team felt like in the moment and how you've used it, if you have, to get you to where you are now as you take them on again, obviously.
Yep. I remember John in the locker room just saying, like, right now we're not a good football team. Obviously, you know, the results show, you know, speak for themselves that we're not a good football team and we got to get better, you know, as in yesterday and, you know, right now. And I feel like, you know, we all, you know, understood that and understood that, you know, at that point in time we really needed to, you know, kick it in gear and you know, and we rolled some guys through it too. You know, obviously we, you know, made some, you know, additions on the team. And I felt like, you know, we got in that groove, and I mean, obviously that's the last team we've lost to too. So obviously it speaks volumes, but we remember for sure that they definitely got after us at home. So it's a big game for us. We're not taking them lightly, and we're going to go in there and you know, do our thing.
It starts with Cleveland. When it comes to December and January football, from your experience, the Super Bowl champion, what changes in these moments? And the teams that obviously get to the eventual goal of a title, what do they do in these moments?
Teams have won a bunch of different ways at the end of the year. Sometimes like just getting into the playoffs and then getting hot. But obviously our team, the way we are, you know, how successful we've done, we just want to continue to build. You know, obviously we haven't had those games where it's a game where, well, I've never seen that team before, you know, you know, maybe the Cleveland game, but I'm saying in the last 10 weeks, we haven't seen that team before. So for us, we just need to continue to be us, put our best foot forward on Sunday and play winning football.
Good luck keeping that train rolling, Marshall.
Right,
it's good to see you.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
man.
Take care.
This Sunday, Marshall and the Ravens offense will try to help running back Mark Ingram cross the 1,000-yard milestone for the 3rd time in his career. Coming up next on Ravens Report, throughout the holiday season, the Ravens have spread across the Baltimore community. Mark Ingram and Willie Snead treat 21 deserving kids to a shopping spree. Next.
Dalton looking over the middle. He fires and it is deflected and intercepted. Marlon Humphrey with a pick. Given to Ingram straight up. Big hole. Touchdown Ravens. Mark Ingram. The Ravens have the first turnover of the season. Earl Thomas, who puts the ball back in the hands of the offense. Lamar Jackson going to the end zone. Hollywood Brown is there. He makes the catch. Touchdown. Ball comes loose. Matt Judon with the sack. Picked off and going to the house. It's Marcus Peters. Drifts to the right. Lobs it. He's got Andrews open midfield. He's got it. First down, Ravens. Morgan Cox will have the snap. Justin Tucker for the winner. Snap is good. It is long enough. And the kick is good.
Congratulations to all 12 Ravens selected to this year's Pro Bowl. Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Throughout the holiday season, the Ravens have been active in our community. Earlier this week, Mark Ingram and Willie Snead treated 21 deserving children to a shopping spree before the holidays.
How y'all doing, everybody? Hey, it's awesome to meet you guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys coming out. This means a lot to me. This is my first time ever having an event like this where we can give back to you guys and, you know, try to make this a special day for you guys.
There you go. Y'all want one of these? You taking the football? Let's see how much the football is. How much are these things? So we can, okay, 10 bucks. Y'all don't want to lift no weights, man. Put all this stuff down.
That's heavy.
Why y'all want to lift all this weight, man? Put this down.
Simple, easy. I like it. I wear, you know, down here in Glen Burnie at the Dick's Sporting Goods, giving back to 25 kids, giving them a shopping spree, giving them something to look forward to this Christmas holidays. Me and Mark out here teaming up with this event. You know, he motivates me to be better every day, and it starts here as well.
You want 4.5 or you want 5? I'm gonna let you make the decision.
4.5.
Okay, 4.5. You heard the man. It's Christmas. He get what he want. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm talking about. I mean, imagine being a second or a fourth grader with $125 to spend. You know, you're excited and you don't know what to get. You got the whole store to get whatever you want. So once we kind of deciphered like what they enjoy, what they don't, you know, it was perfect, man. Just walking around the store with them, laughing with them, joking with them. And, you know, it's a blessing just to be here with them, watch them smile and be able to give them some presents. There you go. You might be all right. For us is to be able to come and give back to the community, give back to our youth. They're our future, so anything we can do to pour back into them, love on them, they're our future, so it's important to encourage them and fill them up with positive energy. Ooh, with the hoodie too? That's the. I like how y'all do business. Ooh, some new shoes. Let me see what you working with. Ooh, you gonna kill them with that, huh? Merry Christmas, beautiful. And I love your hair. You're welcome, Miss Jasmine.
Willie and Mark's shopping spree was one of many events hosted this week by Ravens players before the holidays. Coming up next on Ravens Report, the Ravens will finish the 2019 season with 2 AFC North matchups. Head coach John Harbaugh previews this week's game against the Cleveland Browns next.
It doesn't matter what happened yesterday. Yesterday feels like years ago. And September? That's a lifetime. We remember the game. We remember the talk.
Baltimore will be in second place.
But while the world talked, we worked. We studied. We changed. We got stronger. One game gets you nowhere. Our only way forward was to win one game, and another, and another. And the next one gets us that much closer to our goal. We're right where we need to be. It's time to go earn the right for this to come through Baltimore. And there's only one thing left to do.
Welcome back to Ravens Report from the Under Armour Performance Center. I'm Erin Hawksworth. Throughout the Ravens' record 10-game winning streak, Coach John Harbaugh's message has remained the same. As the stakes get bigger, the Ravens' focus must get narrower. This week's AFC North matchup will be a tough test for the Ravens. Remember, the Browns beat the Ravens in Baltimore earlier this season. As the Ravens prepare for the Browns, Garrett Downing sits down with head coach John Harbaugh.
Well, Coach, thanks so much for the time. Let's start with the Pro Bowlers. You've got 12 of them this year, which ties an NFL record all the way back from 1973, so just a remarkable number. What was it like in the team meeting when you shared the news with the guys?
It was exciting. I mean, the guys were fired up. I think the guys understand that it's a team award. You know, they feel proud of each other. And, you know, it's exciting for the guys. I think it's life-changing for some guys. A guy like Matt Judon, it really was meaningful to him, all the guys certainly. But then I also think about, as a head coach, the guys that didn't make it, even when you have 12 guys who make it. But the guys were excited, and there's a lot of clapping and cheering and all that, then we moved on.
So you get a little bit extra time to prepare for this game. You play on Thursday night, you get the win there. Then the guys had the weekend off to rest and recover and kind of get mentally refocused, I'm sure. How does a long week of preparation impact you as you go into a game like this?
Well, I mean, I think it helps us to get healthy a little bit, to kind of get rested just a little bit. It's good for all of us. We do get a little more time on the game plan, which we as coaches sure appreciate. And but the guys did a good job. They came back with energy. They worked hard in practice on Wednesday. They worked hard in practice on Thursday. And I feel like they're right back on track.
When you win 10 games in a row, you get everyone's attention, and the Ravens have certainly caught everyone's attention. There's so much talk online, on television. Everybody's talking about the Ravens. There's no question about that. Are you aware of that? Is everybody aware of that? Do you listen to it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I mean, it's a little bit, it's new, you know?
Well, you like it. I mean, of course we do. It's what you work for. You know, that's the idea. We want to win 10 games in a row. We want to win every game, you know, and we want to be in the hunt. We want to be chasing a championship. That's what we work for. So you love it. But you don't get caught up in it. You don't get swept away by it. I do have my wife and friends and people tell me, hey, the city's on fire. People are excited. What a difference you made for Baltimore. Went out for pizza, got a standing ovation with the family.
Really?
That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
You know, that doesn't happen too often. But hey, we'll take it. You know, you enjoy it. But we do realize that really the work is in front of us. Our guys have built a good foundation of work and effort. So we just stand on that and we move forward.
Yeah, as you look at this game, Marshal Yanda was talking this week, and someone asked him, what is your next goal? You know, you already won the division, you're a Pro Bowler, what's your next goal? And I'm sure you'll like this answer, which is he said, our goal is to beat the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
Our goal is to win the next game. What does it mean when you have players like that in the locker room? The message doesn't have to come from you, but it comes from in that locker room.
That's where it needs to come from. I mean, it's the players' team. It's always the players' team. You know, as a coach, you guide, direct, you know, you influence, all that kind of stuff. But it's a hard game to play, and they're the guys who do it. So when the players are lined up in a sense of they understand what's important, they understand what really matters, I think as a coach, you feel like, you know, we really have a chance here.
Awesome, Coach. Thanks so much. Good luck on Sunday.
Thanks, Garrett.
Since the Ravens played the Browns back in Week 4, both teams have changed dramatically. The Ravens' defense has been bolstered by the return of Jimmy Smith and the trade for Marcus Peters. Josh Bynes and L.J. Fort also have been crucial to the defense's recent success. But the Browns remain a dangerous team with a lot of talent, especially on offense. Nick Chubb leads the NFL in rushing, and Baker Mayfield, he threw for over 300 yards against the Ravens earlier this season. So it should be a fun, classic AFC North matchup in Cleveland. That's it for this week's show. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, if you need a last-minute holiday gift, be sure to check out the Ravens official pop-up shop at the shops at Canton Crossing. We'll see you next week on Ravens Report.